Hi everyone. So my name is Negustita. Welcome to this video, to this reading. So today's reading is going to be a bit different because I have a mic setup thing going on right now, and I'm still trying to like figure out how to position everything. So I just want to say thank you for your patience. So another thing I'm going to do different in this video is I'm not going to take any breaks. I'm just going to record all in like one go, and I'm hoping that the video will be less than an hour long. Yeah, but so basically what this reading is going to be is what's keeping you single. That's the topic, and we'll see what comes out. As always, you have like crystals to help you choose, you know, which piles for you. This is pile 1's crystal. It's the Golden Healer, I believe, with the Goddess Tarot deck. Don't pay attention to the meanings of the cards when selecting. I flipped a random card up just so you have an idea of what the deck looks like. Additionally, we have this is, I believe, Blood Moonstone or Moonstone. It's Blood Moonstone, if I remember correctly. This is for pile 2. All right, and for pile 3, this is Angelite. And you guys have this mini cat tarot deck. I think it's so cute. Also, please disregard the state of my nails. They aren't doing super hot. Oh, sorry about that. And other than painting them and having it chip away, I'm not really sure what I can do about it. And I haven't taken care of them. It may not look like it though. Anyway, with that being said, before I get into channeling for group number 1, I'm going to... Oh, I probably should have said I'll see you in your piles for the other 2 piles if they haven't already left. But anyway, for pile number 1, I'm going to burn some Palo Santo here. I'm going to cleanse the space so that I can kind of like clear away distractions. I want to channel directly for this group, whatever the messages are, as long as they're in alignment with our highest good here. We're trying to figure out why you're still single, or what's keeping you single. And obviously, of course, there's nothing wrong with being single. I'm personally very content with just me, myself, and I right now. I'm not really looking to add a partner into the mix of my chaos. However, I am open to it. I'm not filtering out love. I, of course, will always accept when love appears in my life, and cherish it. I do desire a romantic relationship. I'm just content with being single as well. However, for those of you who are single and it's kind of like against your will, if you will, then I feel like for this collective, let's tap into the reasons why that might be. All right, Spirit, why is my lovely pile 1's single right now? So we got the 3 of Swords in reverse. We also got the 5 of Cups in reverse. And then we got the Empress in reverse. Did I say this card was in reverse? Obviously it's not. I forgot to do something before I started to record. Whoops. It's like, I don't have to tell you guys what I just did, but I have these sticky notes, right? And I like to put the sticky notes like where the camera no longer captures the view, so I have an idea of what you guys can see and you can see what I see. All right. But with that being said, you guys, I'm gonna put the selenite stick over here. I'm gonna hold on to it because selenite is a very interesting crystal. It's also very it has a way of helping me channel, and it also has a way of boosting my energy as well. Yeah. So here's kind of what I feel for you guys so far without pulling any more cards. I do think that this group has had a lot of heartache or traumas. I feel like it's more closer to like trauma than just temporary heartaches, right? I do feel like you guys are, what's kind of keeping you single right now is regret or grief, or a combination of both. I do feel like this pile has a lot of emotions that need to be processed, and some potentially self-limiting thoughts as well, that could have stemmed from heartache, past traumas. Now, I don't know how you guys would receive this information, but unfortunately, it seems like before you can get into a healthy relationship, because I do feel like this group does desire a healthy relationship, could be why you chose the crystal, the golden healer. I believe this is the golden healer. It could also be sunshine something. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's the golden healer crystal. I'm certain, but I could be wrong. And if somebody knows, oh well. But right now in this moment, with the information of me believing it's the golden healer, I do feel like you guys are looking for a healthy relationship, and you might have had some like failures, pretty epic failures in the past, where potentially you misidentified certain signs, or kind of you thought people were a certain way than they really were. Okay, that's what I'm feeling. I feel as though you guys have a sort of like, is my mind playing tricks on me? Is my mind playing tricks on my heart again? Is this the real thing, not just a feeling? I think that song is called Dumb Luck by Thuy. So if you're curious, check it out. But anyway, I do feel like this is a pile that has had some tragic endings in their lives. I do feel like it's been kind of sad, with the people you've had as friends, the people you've had as lovers, even family too with this card. I do feel like it's something you guys need to heal before, because this is literally what's keeping you from entering a healthy relationship or being with the right person. You have things you need to heal, and some of you might be expecting to heal these things in a relationship, but it seems like you won't enter a relationship until you heal these things yourself. What these things are, right? Like I could try to go into it here, but since this is a collective reading, I'm going to advise you guys find your own counsel, like maybe a therapist or a close friend that you trust, that you can talk to these things about, because I think ultimately it's internal work that you guys need to work on, especially in regards to your feelings and thoughts. With the Two of Swords in reverse, it's like the 2 and 3 of Swords came out. I do feel like once your mental health starts to get better, you will also notice the environment around you will start to get better, and the chances of you meeting your type or your ideal person are going to increase as well. Okay, so let's channel some more. Okay, so we got what did I say? We got the Temperance card here. Temperance card. We also have the Knave of Pentacles. I do also feel like an opportunity is coming your way. Maybe it's a chance to prove to yourself in the universe how far you've come in your journey, or this could also just be an opportunity of some sort, or maybe the person on your mind. This could be, I don't know, it could be like a person or a thing. I do feel like it's more of an opportunity than it is a person that's coming towards you, but it does feel like an opportunity is coming towards you. And since this reading is about love, it could be about love. It could also be a financial opportunity that could take your mind off of love, because it does kind of feel like love right now is a tricky topic. And I say tricky because you may have had a lot of experiences where what you thought love was turned out not to be. Okay, so maybe you had a parent who was abusive or narcissistic or had a certain tendency. Like the way you learn to love or what you defined as love, it turned out to be something toxic. And so when you went looking for it, it's like you found love that felt familiar, but unfortunately it was love that wasn't healthy. It was not love that was really for you. Okay. And I do feel like until you heal that, you may not find the right kind of partners. Okay. Then we got not me suddenly forgetting how to read Norman numerals. Hold up, y'all. Give me a minute. That's so funny. Not. Okay, so, sorry. This is the Emperor. This is the Emperor card. Girl, it's the way I, like, blanked out. Okay, so this is the Emperor card. Like, I suddenly lost the ability to read Roman numerals, even though, like, I had no issue. Whatever, it doesn't even matter. This one's 21. But whatever. So basically for you guys, I feel like your type, your ideal type is going to be an Emperor. Okay. So this person is going to be confident and also not overbearing. This is going to be somebody who's predominantly in their masculine energy. With the Empress card in reverse too, you guys might be in your Empress energy where you're, I want to say you're willing to receive, but to the point where there's no balance between what you give. And that imbalance, I think, does come from a past here of pain, a past here that needs to be healed. Like, for example, maybe some of you guys might, you know, maybe like you send the first message, or no, you expect people to send the first message, but then you don't really carry a conversation. It's like maybe it's like a relationship takes equal part effort, but it's like there's a deeper reason for why you do that, and it's not necessarily something to be shamed about or like to feel bad about yourself for doing, but it's just more like something to address here and understand, like, you know, you may have your reasons for why you do it, but to potential suitors, it just seems like you're disinterested. All right. So back to this Emperor card here and the Nine of Cups. These cards did come out together alongside the World card. So I feel like the message here is your ideal type, or the person you're intended to be with, is going to be like this Emperor energy. They could be an Aries, but it's not necessarily a sign you really need to like look for when, you know, looking for your ideal type. Your partner is also going to be someone who's stable and able to commit. This is someone who does not veer from challenges. So when you guys do come across disagreement, when you have disagreements, or when things are not so rosy and perfect anymore, this is somebody who will weather the storm with you and not abandon you to weather it yourself. All right. This person may not be the most emotionally intelligent, but still mature. So they're willing to learn. They're willing to learn when they don't understand things. I do also feel like a wish, you're going to have that sensation of a wish came true when you meet this person. And I do also want to say this individual is going to make you feel very balanced and at peace. When you're with people and they disturb your energy in some kind of way, they make you feel out of whack, out of balance, you don't feel internal peace when you're around them, know that that's a sign they are not this person for you. All right. So with that being said, let's get into the oracle messages here about, I don't know, just whatever spirit wants to relay. So we got control, releasing, taking back power. I do definitely feel like you guys have been in situations where people have made you feel like their love for you was meant to be controlling. Okay, so what do I mean by that? I mean, like, you have been in romantic situations where people have potentially, you know, gifted you many gifts. This is what I'm seeing. They could have given you a lot of attention, showered you with attention, given you gifts, or some other form of like service or love. But it's like, what I get here is like, potentially some things you need to unlearn, some things to look out for in your personality is potentially you get love bombed. And actually that is a form of control that individuals will use on you. And it's effective because it makes you think that they truly love you, but actually it's not long lasting, and it's not stable, right? Like, people can't always give you gifts. So what happens when they don't give you gifts? They kind of like, their behavior, like the way I think about it is like, maybe not all the individuals you've dealt with in the past, especially, you know, in regards to love or friendship, have always been like toxic. Like, or maybe they have not always had the intention to hurt you. Excuse me. Maybe they may have not always had the intention to hurt you, but what will happen is, like, if you're used to relationships where you receive a lot of gifts or they shower you with attention and they stop doing it. Excuse me, I'm like having all these bodily moments happen. Seems like somebody doesn't want me to speak the truth here, but I'm gonna say it anyway. So it feels like what will happen is, once they stop giving you their attention, their gifts, then you realize who they really are. Once they stop love bombing you, then they're back to how they normally are. And who they normally are is just not compatible for you if you want to be happy, or if you want like goodness in your life. That's kind of the energy here. Sheesh. Okay. Then we got Beauty Queen. Now, I know these cards are reversed. I think it's just because I'm shuffling the deck wrong. Like, all the cards are like one way. Oh my god, except for this one. What the heck? Okay, well, whatever. Okay, we got Beauty Queen. I do want to let you know, you are like the most eligible bachelor/bachelorette. You're a mature woman, or a mature woman may be coming into your life to actually help you with dating. You guys have so much to offer, and I feel like in the past you have not been treated right, but I see you are healing. I see you are maturing. I see that you're on your path of finding what is meant to be and what is not meant to be. And I also feel like long distance, it actually might be a while before you find what you're looking for, but know that it is going to be worth it. I do feel like, though, a lot of you you're working on I feel like you've spent some time and you worked on your outer appearance. Now it's time for you to work on your inner appearance. Family, I do feel like you guys will be finding your soul tribe pretty soon. You will be finding your kingdom spouse, or you will be finding a soulmate, a twin flame, you know, whatever resonates for you guys. I do feel like you will find this individual, but I will say this. Okay, a couple messages from this open relationship Ice Queen energy here, because this does feel a bit different than the rest of the energy. Some of you might actually be in this Ice Queen type of energy, and I think it is because you're tired of open or like non-committal relationships and you're looking for something more. Know that is valid, but I do have to warn you, with this Ice Queen energy, I do feel like you could have a tendency to close yourself off from everyone. And it's like, basically, before people have a chance to disappoint you or fail you or whatever, right, you kind of close yourself off from them. Some of you might have a controlling like mother, or some of you might be going through a divorce. But I will say this, staying open-minded is ultimately going to be your best friend here with what you're trying to achieve. So yeah, that was your guys' message. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna go ahead and channel for pile 2 now. Yep. But I do feel like this pile is kind of lonely. Because this song by ABBA, Give Me a Man After Midnight, is playing in my head. I do feel like this pile is looking for love. You guys might be lonely, might have spent quite a long period in a sort of isolation. Some of you might even be unintentionally celibate. Like, it wasn't your intention to be celibate, but it's just been so long. Like, it's kind of become a thing. But know that, you know, your situation will, like, things are going to be working out in your favor. Maybe the solution is opening up more, but yeah, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I feel like the advice really is to open up more, and but part of that does mean too, right? Like, you might have to open yourself up to potential disappointments. You might be interested in someone who turns out to be a quote unquote waste of your time, but it's more like learning. It's more like being appreciative of even of the people who are a waste of your time. Okay, I do feel like for this pile, for pile number 1, it's like you guys need to kind of learn the merit of a waste of time. Okay, somebody who may not be able to give you what you're looking for. But it's kind of like, not necessarily, it's not to give them a try. Like, if you know someone isn't going to commit to you, fine. But, and obviously, like, you guys both should not waste your time. But I just get the feeling that, like, they may lead you to the one who will. Maybe this person, like, let's say you go on a date with a guy and he looks kind of young, or he appears to be kind of immature, so you're like, yeah, there's no way he's who I really want him to be. Like, he's not gonna be like this emperor I'm looking for. But then once you guys start to date, or when you go on a date, like let's say he invites you to a second date, and the first date had you feeling like he's not the one. I just know he's not the one. But if you give him another try, maybe the next day he invites another friend, like a double date type of thing, right? Maybe he has a friend who's also dating someone else, and you guys all meet up at a bar, and then boom, that other guy is the one that you're, like, basically, like, you never know how you meet the right person for you. And the more open you are to connections, as long as, of course, they're in your highest good, like, the people you're communicating with have no intentions to hurt you. And it's more like a learning experience. If you treat it more like school than it is like like a waste of time, you'd be surprised how much quicker it'll be for you to find who you were meant to be with, or all that. Anyways, sorry, pile 1. This is where your channeling advice for you and everything ends, and I'm going to be moving on to pile number 2. So pile number 2, hi, welcome to your reading. All right, if you chose this, I believe it's a blood moonstone crystal. The word blood has to be in the title somewhere, because, like, there's specks of blood on this. But anyway, okay, so before I get into it, I'm going to cleanse the space here. Oh my god, something just popped into my head. You guys, I feel like you have a very, like, I want to say, like, fuck off type of energy. It's giving like you're in your villain era type shit, but yeah, only take the message if it resonates. I'm hearing like bow wow. Oh my god. And as soon as I said that, one of my like roommate's dogs started barking. LMAO. That's so funny. You guys really have a like fuck off type of energy. Like you really don't care. And I don't know if you noticed this, but my tone of voice has changed. I was like much more high pitched, and now it's kind of low and a little somber. You guys have definitely seen some shit. That's for real. That's for sure. Okay, I've cleansed the space of the previous pile here, and I will be channeling now for the collective. I'm gonna open the window real quick. Hold up. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, pile number 2. Let's get into the reading. So what's keeping pile number 2 single? Okay, these 2 cards want to come out. We got the Page of Swords, and we also got the Moon card. This is interesting. I feel like what's really keeping you single is maybe you're not really investing much time into relationships. Look at the Queen of Wands. Okay, I don't know if I should take this card literally or if I should take it by what the imagery kind of makes me think. I do feel like you guys are working on yourselves right now. I feel like the people watching this pile might be, I feel like you guys are in your masculine, but this card did show up, so I'm a little, like, kind of makes me think like, okay, I feel like you're working on your internal self. I do feel like there's some bit of chakra work being done here, whether it's subconsciously or like you're intentionally trying to work on, I would say, your root, your solar and sacral chakras. And I also feel like, you know, the third eye and crown. I feel like you guys have already improved upon your throat chakra, but like you don't really have an issue speaking how you feel. Like I don't really feel like you guys have a problem like telling it how it is. I do feel like, however, this group is there's something you're working on. It's something hidden beneath the surface. Like I don't know if you guys have really done shadow work, but I do feel like what's keeping you single right now is shadow work. And I don't know, you may have not have invested a whole lot of time into shadow work, but I feel like for this group I would recommend shadow work. I feel like you guys have some shadow traits to heal, and that is what's going to get you to where you're trying to go. All right, with relationships, with romantic partners, if you're looking for true love, what's stopping you is, you know, investing more time into it. Okay, so with 5 of Swords, I do feel like some of you guys have some self-sabotaging behavior. Okay, you might have some self-sabotaging behavior. Maybe you haven't really developed a sense of discernment, so maybe it's hard for you to discern between, you know, the right type of people and then people you're not supposed to invest with. Maybe you guys are working, I feel like for some of you might have a background where a lot of shadow traits or toxicity is just, it's really normalized. Like some of the people watching this could be Black or from Latino circles. Like I get a feeling that like, and I say this because like I myself am Black, I'm not Latino, however, so I don't know actually how, you know, but whatever. My point here is like, I feel like for some of you, you might just have come from a culture where a lot of toxic traits are normalized. So what's stopping you right now is unlearning that. Okay, like, and I'm telling you, like, this is deep, this is ancestral trauma that you're healing right now, and you may not even really be aware that's what you're doing, but it's kind of what's stopping you from finding the ideal relationship. If you catch yourself in relationships are very karmatic, like they feel very, like they work on a cycle, like the only time the relationship is actually ever good is when you first meet each other, and then after that it goes downhill. And then usually with karmic relationships, it's very it's not only toxic, but it's the same sorts of toxicity. Like if this group does struggle with that, I think part of the reason why is there are some things deep in your bloodline that you are healing when you enter those toxic relationships. Or if they're not toxic, you know, those karmatic relationships, not all karma is bad, right? But like maybe you're looking for somebody you want to marry and you keep finding people who don't want anything more than a casual relationship. It could be because you're looking for love in the wrong places, and it's something that your ancestors have done. That's what I see here with the Moon card. I do feel like for a lot of you, you might have had a parent who has similar patterns with romantic relationships. I highly suggest looking into the romantic relationships your parents have carried, because it can tell you a lot about what cycles you are healing currently, because what your parents were attempting to heal in their lifetime, or you know what they're trying to do even now, are what you are healing from as well. And it is going to require you to do a lot of introspective work. I do feel like you guys have been staying up late into the night, because the first 3 cards that came out are all dark, they're all black. I do feel like this group has been doing a lot of shadow work. Again, I feel like unintentionally, but I also feel like now you need to make it in your conscious world. Like you need to implement what you've learned, or learn in the time that you spend awake, like, or fully conscious. Like, I don't know, I'm just getting like what you do in the dark, you need to bring into the light. Okay, so then we got the Page of Wands in reverse, and we also got the Two of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like for this pile, there's a lot of immaturity that you're letting go of. You no longer have the time for it with other people. I do feel like it's immaturity dealing with other people, the kind of people you used to entertain, the relationships you used to entertain. I do feel like you guys like are cutting that out. You're cutting it out of your life, and that is a reflection of some of the shadow work that you've done. You guys are doing a great job, by the way. We got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And then we also got the Devil card here. I do feel like there is some sort of addiction or attachment you have. It could be to a substance, but it could also be just to a certain lifestyle that you haven't quite let go of. Like there could be, again, there could be people in your life that put you in harm's way and you don't even really realize it. They're low vibrational energies, or these low vibrational energies could be attached to the people that you do love. Either way though, for this group, I do feel like there is something you need to release with this Devil card that is kind of eating up your energy. And you might be wondering, well, how does my friend group have something to do with my love life? Well, the answer to that is all things are connected. You're not, when you go to work, you're not like a different person. You're the same person going to work, and what you bring from work bleeds into the rest of your life, and vice versa. Your personal life bleeds into your work. It's all interconnected, and it's better to see it that way than to siphon it off or try to like label it as something different. Or do you know what I mean? I hope you get what I mean. What I'm saying here is there are some energies around you, or the people that you love, or the people that you do entertain, that are either draining you or preventing you from finding the right kind of opportunities for authentic romantic relationships. Because think about it. Let's say your dream person, the person you want to, your ideal person here, is somebody who is, you know, like I feel like your ideal person is going, I mean, I don't really know. I shouldn't assume. But actually, wait, let me ask. Spirit, who is the ideal person for pile 2? Oh, damn. Well, I'm going to address that in a little bit. Who is the ideal person for pile 2? Spirit, who is the ideal person for pile 2? We got the Death card. I feel like you guys are learning it. I don't think you guys know yet, and I don't think you're going to be able to find out in this reading. I feel like honestly what's more important here is getting you to end certain connections that you've outgrown, to be completely honest. That's what the cards are telling me here. But let's say for the hypothetical sake, so it's all hypothetical, please don't internalize or compartmentalize. Oh my god. Anyway, so let's say your ideal person is a good person, like a high vibrational person, like somebody who doesn't really get in trouble, you know, and just really sweet, caring, nurturing individual. And I think for you guys at this time, that would actually be a very optimal match. However, you have friends who get in trouble with the law, and you entertain those relationships. Somebody who is actively looking to do what's in alignment with their highest good, so like a very good person is not gonna want to be involved with criminals, right? Like it's one thing if they're like a Robin Hood type of criminal, right? Like someone who goes against the law for the greatest good. But if you're just messing around, or if you're friends with like, I don't know, drug dealers, or if you're friends with people who do this and that, right? This high vibrational individual is not going to entertain a relationship with you, even if you were their soulmate. They're not going to entertain a relationship with you because, unfortunately, what's in your energy is toxic to their being. And if you're looking for love, right? If you're what's keeping you single here is that right now you are not the best match for a person like that, or whomever, you know, your soulmate's supposed to be, whoever your ideal person's supposed to be. Unfortunately, you're kind of stuck in cycles dealing with immature people. And the King of Wands just came out. I do feel like you guys could have had a past partner who you entered a very I think it was a very up and down toxic relationship. Like, I feel like the last person or a situation you were with somebody was very passionate in the beginning, but that passion, just as quickly as it showed up, it disappeared as well. I do feel like you guys could have gotten into frequent arguments with each other. It could have been very volatile, to be honest here, and it was a cycle that maybe you guys still need to break, or you're in the process of breaking it. And just like how this person, I feel like this applies to other connections you're currently entertaining that you might need to stop. Okay, I got the Five of Pentacles and then the Emperor here at the bottom as well. We'll see if those cards come out. This is a lot of information. I do feel like for a lot of you though, I mean, maybe all of it's probably not going to resonate with everyone here, but okay, so we got the Chariot card in reverse. I do feel like you guys might feel kind of stuck right now. Or something, some sort of news is being delayed from coming in. There's something that maybe you're supposed to, somebody meant to talk to, I don't know. Five of Cups showed up. Yeah, I feel like for this pile, there is maybe a fear of rejection. There could be somebody that you're delaying talking to, or maybe there's someone who's like blocked you that you want to talk to and you feel rejected by. I feel like this could have been a past partner here. If that's what you think is keeping you single, I think the message here for you guys is to do some shadow work and really understand why this relationship failed. I do feel like part of the reason, like, okay, if you guys are stuck on an ex and you can't figure out why, the answer may very well be there are lessons you need to learn from this person or from the relationship you shared, and you can't quite move on energetically until you understand why this relationship failed in the first place. And maybe you guys might need to reach out to this individual to have closure in order to talk about it. But I do feel like you're gonna have to be okay if this person does not want to entertain another round with you. Okay, yeah, I do definitely feel like there's past energy here. Okay, so let's see here. What do the cards have to say? The Oracle deck has, okay. We got open and casual relationship. Maybe you guys are currently in an energy where you're entertaining those types of connections. Then we got past life. You might have met somebody, so a connection you may have, this situation does kind of feel like a connection from a past life, a lesson you guys are both learning about love here. Past life, this could also just be somebody you loved in the past as well. Okay, another card flipped up here, and it's the Family card, but I'm not gonna accept it because it doesn't really feel like on brand with the energy. Ooh. Okay. Oh my god, and it came out anyway. I'm deceased. Okay, I do definitely feel like you guys might have met somebody, or you might have met someone that you could have started a family with, but the relationship was open. Or maybe for some of you, you know, those who are watching, maybe, you know, you met somebody that you could have started a family with, but instead you didn't commit to them. So maybe that's why the connection failed, or vice versa. Or maybe they didn't commit to you. So, you know, or maybe for some of you, you think commitment is about submission, and that's really the problem here. Commitment is about love, and love does not suppress, it does not abuse, it does not X, Y, and Z. True love is true love. It's a no strings attached type of situation. But you know, all the strings are attached here out of choice. Oh my gosh, and these are all the cards that came from the previous reading. Maybe I need to cleanse this deck. Sorry, hold up, you guys. Maybe the messages, because all the cards that have come out except for this one came out in the previous reading, and maybe I need to cleanse the energy, or maybe the pile 1 and pile 2 are just so similar. I don't know, but hold up. Spirit, I ask you to make me clear. Cleanse this space again of previous energies, excluding the energy for pile 2. I also ask for this deck to be cleansed so that I can give the most accurate reading for pile number. Let's see here. So, okay. Oh, we got union. Oh my gosh, serious marriage, partnership. Okay, yeah, the energy is very different now that I've cleansed it. Then we got Ice Queen. Okay, kind of getting, I'm starting to picture a situation here. Mature woman. Spirit, can I get a card to represent the energy of this pile in the past? The energy of this pile in the past. Okay, and then we got gifts. And can I get a card to represent the energy of the pile currently? It really feels like, I'm kind of confused, but I feel like for this pile is about this. Okay, honestly, I'm not really sure. Things are not piecing together for me very easily, but from what I just channeled here with the tarot, I do feel that this pile is growing, doing some shadow work, and I think you guys are also, since the title of this video is what is keeping you single, I think for you guys, you're doing some type of shadow work to become in alignment with a particular individual. You guys are now ready to commit, and potentially in the past you weren't ready to commit to somebody. Yeah, there was probably a situation involving long distance, and I think what's also motivating you is this person here that you want to be with could also be somebody who can help fix your financial situation. This individual, this Ice Queen, you want to start a home with, but they're very much shutting you out right now, and that could actually kind of concern you. I do feel like you guys have been doing a lot of shadow work, however, and probably have been reflecting on this relationship, or yeah, reflecting on this relationship, trying to grow. It seems like you guys are actively trying to court this person. True gem, you also feel like this person that you've met is a true gem. However, you know, this individual is probably, I don't know, I feel like if you're in love with this Ice Queen, they may be in this energy as a form of self-protection from you or others. Or I do feel like this is a bit of a long story type of situation. There could have been someone who interfered in the relationship in the past. Honestly, I'm not getting clear messages, like 100% clear. It's kind of hazy, maybe because it's different for everybody watching, or potentially because maybe I'm not supposed to know, I don't know, or maybe the viewers are supposed to pick it up on their own. I'm gonna pull an extra deck for you guys. Hold up, I'm gonna clear these away and then shuffle. Because now I feel like I have an idea of the energy that I'm channeling, and ooh, an idea of who I'm trying to talk to. There you go. So I'm going to use these two decks, these two oracle decks. Excuse me, hold up. All right, just had to readjust there for a second. Okay, what was the situation here? Because it seems like what's keeping you guys single is a past connection. A past connection that you might be having a hard time moving on from. So let's find out what went on, and then maybe I can just get some discernment here. Using my discernment, I could probably piece together what was going on and what spirit is relaying through me. Okay, so you guys, in the past, what is the connection pile 2 is kind of hung up on? Because that's like the main thing for you guys. So we got wedding rings. Oh my god, this is the second time this thing has popped up. This card has popped up, so it's obviously a big thing here. You guys were talking about marriage. This could have been a fiance. Ooh, healed heart in reverse. I'm gonna take it that way because I think that it came out that way intentionally. Okay, so for you guys, oh, this situation actually kind of makes me sad, and I think you guys watching are sad about it too. But what I'm getting here is there was somebody you met, pile 2. There was someone that you met here that you fell in love with, or you know, you guys were talking about marriage. For some of you, this could have been a long-term commitment, but I feel like for a lot of you, this was a very short-term thing. Like, you guys met, fell in love, were, you know, like, oh my god, this person's amazing, this, you know, soul connection type shit. But it does kind of feel like somebody here got cold feet. Someone here started to get kind of scared and wanted the connection to be lighthearted. However, then we got stability, security, growth. Yeah, it does feel like this was a kind of connection that was going to test your heart space. It was going to make you grow in many different ways that potentially the pile watching have never really grown before, which it does feel like, hold on, yeah, it feels as though this pile ran away from the situation. Now, none of the cards spoke of a runner, but I do feel like something happened or somebody ran away, because we got the healing heart in reverse. Yeah, we got breakup here at the bottom of the deck, karmic relationship, clock. So somebody needed to pull away from the connection to make healthy choices. Somebody here needed to pull away from the connection to grow, honestly, individually as a person. However, we got the healing heart here. Got the healing heart. Yeah, again, somebody was trying to heal, probably from an addiction or from some sort of thing. Somebody here was trying to heal themselves, and they pulled away from the connection to do so, is what I'm getting. However, this led to a series of things. It also does feel like communication wasn't clear. Receiving what you need. The snake competition. What's this one? Yeah, I feel like you guys haven't really moved on from the connection since the breakup, but this other person has. Which may not be what you guys want to hear, but that's what I feel in the energy. It seems like somebody is still thinking about the connection. Someone is still reminiscing. Somebody feels ready or wants to. Somebody here is in love. Okay, with this union ring, somebody thought about getting married. Okay, or two somebody's thought about getting married. It obviously, it doesn't seem to have happened, and this is what's keeping you single, pile number 2. You're still healing from this connection, and potentially as well, you guys are, I get the feeling you want to try again. Like, it's something you're trying to suppress, but it's very clear, especially in your energy. I've been up all night thinking about you. Yeah, you still are madly in love with somebody, and that person may not reciprocate, honestly. Okay, so we got I'm playing games on purpose. Yeah, well, it does feel like somebody was playing games. I don't feel ready, probably because I didn't feel ready for a connection. And understand, like, the playing games is a little douchey, but it's not like a crime, you know. Understand that most times out of not, like, you know, honestly, I'm trying to make y'all feel better about it. I don't really know what to say. I'm just sure that you won't be doing that again, right? I hope that you learned your lesson. I do feel like I'm talking to the people who ran away from the connection rather than the people who got ran away from. That's what I feel, but you know, take the messages as they resonate. Okay, and I'm like, you drive me crazy. Came out. Then we also got I never met someone like you before yet. Obviously somebody was madly in love. If you let me, I'll take care of you, and I am who I am. Yeah, again, I do feel like you guys have things to heal. I want to see you so bad. I miss you came out at the bottom of the deck. I think you're very talented. Okay. All right, pile number 2. I believe this is the end of your reading. So thank you so much for, like, you know, sticking around. We did have some technical issues in your pile. I feel like pile number 1 may be like the other side to this situation or scenario, though I'm not like sure. I just feel like that's the case. I feel like the people who watch pile number 1 may very well be the other person to the situation in pile 2, but I also like don't really remember what I channeled for that group. It's kind of how channeling works, so I don't know, don't quote me, but anywho, thank you guys so much for watching pile number 3. I do appreciate your viewership, your participation. Please consider liking, commenting, subscribing if the messages did resonate. I will be here to channel even more for you if you decide to hang around my channel. Anyway, hello pile number 3. If you guys chose this group with the Angelite crystal here and the cat tarot, then you have made it to your pile. Alright, so I'm just gonna burn some Palo Santo here to cleanse the space of the previous pile so I may channel for the highest good of this collective watching. Today's question is, what is keeping you single? Shall we find out? What is keeping pile 3? What's keeping pile 3 single? Okay. We're gonna get into the tarot before we get into the oracles, and we're gonna find out what is keeping this lovely pile single. Because I'm sure you guys are curious too, if you've been on the market and you've been looking and it's like, what the heck? For this deck, I might take all the cards in the upright. I might. Depends on if I feel called to keep it in the reverse. But alright, so what's keeping pile number 3 single? So this card off the bat wanted to come out. We got the 5 of Pentacles here in reverse. That's interesting. Seems like what's keeping you guys single is the inability to open your heart. Kind of similar to pile 2, but you guys are kind of closed off. That's what I'm getting here. Closed off, or just you kind of leave people out in the cold. That's how they feel when they interact with you. You don't really give back much, or maybe you feel like you give too much and that's why you've been leaving people out. Honestly, I feel like this pile is finding some sort of balance here between what they share with the world and what they keep to themselves, especially when in regards to dating. Like, I feel like you guys are learning, you know, how much of yourself do you reveal on the first date? You know, how much of yourself do you reveal over time, until you meet the right person? I also feel like this pile is learning a lot about boundaries. Okay, we got the 8 of Wands here in reverse. I do feel like you guys are working on yourselves. We got the Queen. Yeah, I believe this is the Queen. We got the Queen of Swords here in reverse. I do feel like you guys have a tendency to be a bit of a Ice Queen. I was gonna say a bitch, but I didn't. I do feel like you guys are a bit closed off, and it's funny because I feel like you guys think you're doing everything in your power to move forward, but you're really staying stuck behind. You managed to stay stuck here, and you guys might be earth signs. So if you guys are earth signs, this message is especially going to resonate. I do feel like you guys have a tendency to ignore what's like, okay, it's kind of like a know-it-all type of energy, but obviously I don't think you guys intend to come off that way. I think that like, it's something about the way you process information or the way you receive information. You have a strong discernment. However, it's actually coming to bite you in the butt here, because now you've kind of closed yourself off from everyone, and no one can get close to you, which it could be a form of defense. I do feel like it comes from a defensive energy. You guys also might be spending too much time in isolation with this Eight of Pentacles, or maybe you're spending too much time away from others. You are missing out on opportunities to meet people, and understand that you're not going to meet your soulmate overnight. It's going to take time, and you're probably going to meet them through other people, through social events. With the Three of Cups, social events. Okay, you guys are gonna meet this individual through others, through connections. So if you have no connections, or if you keep your connections at bay, like if it's strictly work and home, then you're gonna kind of miss out on these opportunities, or it's gonna take even longer for the right person to meet you. Okay, we got the Ten of Cups. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, that's actually so cute. Oh. You guys are destined to have a happy ending. I want you to know that. Okay, Spirit would never withhold that from you, but unfortunately, you seem like you're struggling with something. For some of you, you know, it literally could be an addiction, but I feel like for others of you, it could be something else, or something you're struggling with the Demon or the Devil card. Excuse me. There is definitely something causing you delays at this time. For a second, I thought this cat's tail was on fire, and I was like, oh no. I don't know if you could see that, but yeah, anyway, y'all, hold on, I'm gonna check the camera real quick. Okay, we're doing good. We're doing good. Okay, y'all, I do feel like there is something kind of like stopping you, delaying you from coming forward or finding this right person. What's this Chariot card, Spirit? What's the Chariot? Oh God, what's the Chariot card, Spirit? I think it's the Eight of Swords here in reverse. There, you are very limited by your thoughts, self-expression. You're very, what's keeping you oppressed, what's keeping you away from suitors is your thoughts. It's something that it's within your power, but you're not aware you can control it. And that's what's causing you this like hangman energy, is causing you to feel stuck. This is what's keeping you single. It's kind of like having an open mind here. Now, if you're an earth sign, this actually might be very difficult for you, because it's something about how it's almost like the way you're intended to be is in conflict with the way you're supposed to meet your ideal person. Okay, what's keeping you single is like a head over heart matter. I would actually be I highly encourage you guys to look into your birth charts, because this can reveal a lot of information about you. This quite literally feels like some sort of trine or opposition. It's something about the aspects in your birth chart, the way the planets are positioned, right? So maybe you're something that's in the house of relationships, which I think is the 6th house, 7th house. I honestly, I don't know. Well, the house in your birth chart that's specifically for romantic relationships and romance, it's kind of like, I feel like there's some kind of opposition. You know what, better yet, Venus. I think it's something about Venus being in like opposition with your sun sign, or if not Venus, maybe it's Mars. A planet about relationships, a planet about love is kind of in conflict with who you are as a person. That's what this feels like. It's like the way you operate. You're very slow and steady. You like to take your time. You want to vet out your options, and that's like valid, but the way you come off, you're very cold. Maybe like consider giving an explanation, because some people don't operate the same way that you do, and the love of your life may not operate the way that you do. Sorry, I just heard like a random noise and it spooked me. Anyway, guys, so what I mean by that is like, let's say the love of your life is not at all who you think they're gonna be. Maybe the love of your life is actually going to be someone who's the exact opposite of you. However, you don't compromise, and I think you need to work on compromising. Like, it's nothing wrong with keeping your boundaries and if you're not comfortable doing stuff with people, or you need more time or distance, understand that that's valid. But it does require you to actually communicate instead of what you're currently doing, which could be blocking or ghosting or distancing. Sometimes people just don't know, right? Like, sometimes people don't know what your boundaries are. So when you communicate that with them about that, and if they disrespect you or continue to go across your boundaries, understand that that's a sign to, cut them out, or, leave them be. But it does kind of feel like there's something here you're struggling with. It's kind of intense, and it's hard to explain. It could even be like a painful past here that you need to heal or recover from, that is actually keeping you away from meeting the love of your life. Or your angels won't introduce this individual until you've overcome this. Now, the Empress card showed up here. I saw at the bottom of the deck, it was in the upright, but when I pulled it out, I flipped it up in reverse, and I kind of feel like that was intentional. I do feel like you guys have a tendency to you are abundant, okay? Some of you might be a Taurus, Capricorn, Pisces with the moon card here in reverse. I do feel like you guys have some hidden shadow traits that come up every time people come to approach you romantically. When somebody comes to approach you romantically, it's like an itching, burning desire to reject them. That's what I'm getting. Like, you reject them even before, and maybe it could be because you're worried about them breaking your heart, or you see something in them and you're like, oh my god, like, that's a red flag. But maybe the red flag was something like they don't open doors for you, and for some of you, like, that's like red flag, like, right? But maybe this person has had a different upbringing from you, and they don't know. Potentially too, for some of you, maybe you're so fixated on an outcome, like you want a specific kind of person to come approach you, and it's not that that person doesn't exist, but it could be that what I'm getting is like, maybe you don't know that person. Okay, actually, let's see what the cards have to say before we start rambling. Okay, we got the 2 of Cups here in reverse. I do feel like your perception of what love should be may not actually be what's healthiest for you, and that's what you need to heal. Maybe you think men and women are supposed to operate in a certain way, right? But what I'm getting is like, maybe there's more to the picture that you don't know. Maybe actually it's not like, okay, another way of thinking about it is like, with traditional gender norms, because I do feel like this pile are people who operate within the traditional binary, or like, you guys are just very traditionalist. Like, it's the culture you grew up with, it's what you really know. I do feel like this person that maybe the love of your life is going to be the exact opposite. This is somebody who may not actually really abide by cultural norms or traditional norms. Or, maybe they do, but they're different, right? Like, they don't operate 100%. Like, so this might be a man who thinks that a woman should have her own job, and not be reliant on his income. Now, this could be not because that he can't provide for her, but more like because he also feels like he wants things to be equal between the two of you. And in traditional house roles, right? Like, maybe the love of your life isn't somebody who wants you to stay at home and cook and clean for him. Maybe, the love of your life is somebody who wants you to have your own ambitions and to work on your own projects. And when you guys come together, you double the amount you would otherwise have. Like, he may have his own money and his own job, and so do you. So when you guys come together, you're going to be wealthy. All right? Okay? This is the King and Queen of Pentacles. You guys are going to be like a match made in heaven if you can overcome some of these like thought processes and understand that like, you were born to create not just life but love. And I feel like you guys are very business oriented. There's a lot of pentacle energy here, to be honest. I feel like you guys have a lot of talent, a lot of different, you're very versatile. Like, it's basically like almost a shame if you were to hide away from the world. All right? And your partner might be somebody who would encourage you to be open more. I feel like in this lifetime, you are meant to create a lot of wealth, but it's not gonna come when you sit there and you wait for it. You're gonna have to create it. You co-create with spirit. All right, we got the well, I feel like for you guys, whomever you're thinking about, you know, if there's somebody here you've had your eye on, or I feel like for you guys, there's something here about a past relationship or a past person that's really important. You might be very fixated on somebody from your past here that could also be keeping you single, and know that's because there's some lessons for you to learn, especially if this individual had hurt you, or maybe they offered you a cup of love or an offer of commitment and then they never fulfilled that. It could be a lesson here. But we're gonna just for you guys, I'm gonna do it for pile 1, and I'm gonna actually grab another oracle deck, because it feels like there's a very specific situation here that wants to come out, but these cards unfortunately are not relaying the information very clearly. So what I'm gonna do is grab an oracle. When in doubt, oracle. Oh, the other earth sign that I didn't mention is Virgo. So there's Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. I do feel like you guys are heavy on the Taurus and or Capricorns. That there could be some Virgo in you guys. Okay, so we got not today. Oh god, we got not today. Then we got the snake card. I definitely feel like you guys have been in a lot of situations where you've been kind of in a competition. Maybe you put yourself in competitions with others, or potentially other people put themselves in competitions with you. It's something about you not. You guys got trust issues. Okay, I don't know where it stems from, but you have trust issues. And that's part of what's keeping you away from love. All right, then we got not today, not dealing with hurt, avoiding a conversation / call / person, boundaries, still angry. I do feel like you guys have maybe there's somebody in your energy who's avoiding you that you need to talk something out with. Maybe you are avoiding somebody in your energy that you need to speak with about something here. Outdated thinking, conditioning. Yeah, you guys have a lot of things to work on, to work through before you can be with the person that you want to be with. Okay, so there's another way we can think about all of this without you know, any self-judgment here. There was one time I received this a spiritual download from spirit not too long ago, and it was actually quite insightful. So I was thinking to myself, why is it that some people follow very outdated beliefs? And essentially spirit responded to me with another question. Well, why do some people still, you know, use the Nokia phone when there are iPhone 14s and 13s and all that, right? It's really a kind of like a preference here, but at any point in time you could always switch, right? Know that you have that option. I want you guys to know, no matter how old you are, and while I say this, I'm actually kind of getting emotional, but it's kind of like like emotions that you have had for years that you've never really expressed. That's what these emotions I'm experiencing feel like. I do feel like you guys have a lot of hurt and a lot of pain, and it's as though, so you know how a scar works, right? I have a scar on my finger here, and I'm gonna show it to you guys. You know how scars are, right? Like something hurts you, damages your skin, and then over time it starts to heal over, right? But it'll always still be there, okay? The scar. And I feel like for you guys, it's as if when you got this cut, somebody had placed a shard of glass in that cut, and over time the cut started to heal. Your skin started to heal over the shard. However, every now and then something would happen, wiggle the finger or whatever, right? And then that shard would start to move around and it would hurt you. Okay, I feel like this pile has had a lot of pain, especially in regards to how you were raised. Something about outdated beliefs. Like, you have beliefs in your head about how love should be and how it should operate, but unfortunately those are the things stopping you from finding your true love. Or, you know, was keeping you single, to be honest. I don't know if you I can't predict the future. I don't know if you magically healed all of this, if you would meet your ideal partner the next day, but I will say these beliefs are what's keeping you single at this time. And I do feel like you have been in a very fighter-like energy for a long time. You've been in competition with others, seeing everybody as an enemy. You've never found the time to actually lower your guard down and let someone in, which is the very same reason why no one could get in. You were looking for a love of your life. Unfortunately, the love of your life can't, even if they are your kingdom spouse, even if this individual is like the one, understand how free will works, okay? God will never force something onto you. An angel will never force something onto you. Even Mary had the option of not giving birth to Jesus. It's a choice. Free will is a thing, okay? It's up to you to accept it, to accept love, to allow people in. It's up to you, and you never know how you meet the right person. Okay, there's no formula for this. All right, we got the coffee cup here. Okay, meeting, conversations, savoring the moment. Okay, you guys, consider, especially if you've been in a period here where you've been single for a while, consider making new friends again. Consider networking, because that could very well be how you find the love of your life. All right, there's a lot of things here that want to come out, but and I'm so glad I chose to switch to this oracle deck, because the messages have become very clear. We got soulmate here, and we also got twin flame. Yeah, you guys might be looking for this type of connection, or in the past potentially you felt like you had found this type of connection. I don't know, but moving forward here, you are entering an era where these type of connections are going to be easier and easier for you to find. Then we got the Grim Reaper. Yeah, okay, now it's not becoming very clear, but I do want to say this. It does feel like there's a lot of issues with stability, self-sabotage that you guys need to heal. And I have a message here, and take it only if it resonates, but for some of you, you guys actually may have found the love of your life in the past. It could have been somebody you had a soul contract with, and if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. And potentially what actually stopped you guys from being together were these very same issues you are being called on to work with. So self-sabotage, potentially you were in unstable, you know, or you just weren't able to provide stability for yourself or your partner. And I also feel like there's something here in your energy where you have a very, like, once it's over, there's no second chances type of energy. Maybe some people in the past might have hurt you and you pushed them away, but potentially they could be exactly what you're praying for. And I don't know, that's all I have to say about that. Okay, we got a runner, and then the girl with the snake, narcissist, something, a program, empath and narcissist. Dang, I don't know what that word is. Paradigm. Fuck. Oh my god, you might have been in a relationship with somebody who was a narcissist and you were an empath, or the other way around. Being charmed or used. Oh my gosh, there's a lot here about you guys being kind of used, and maybe you learned how to use others the way that other people taught you how to use. Transcending obstacles. You are learning. You're preparing for a union. You are ascending here, and you will get what you're looking for. Okay, but it's gonna take time, and you might just have to learn how to be patient here. Okay, y'all. So we're gonna get to the final message. The final message here is gonna come from this other oracle deck, and then I'm gonna hop off because it's been a minute since I started to record. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, guys. What are the messages here for pile number 3, Spirit? What are the messages? Okay, so we got past life here. Okay, then we also got true love and Ice King. Yeah, so these messages are not as clear, I'm going to be honest here, but I do feel like maybe you guys are looking for this type of person. Maybe the type of person that you are looking for are things from a past life that you are trying to heal, or things that maybe you're interested in the entrepreneur type, but unfortunately they're the type of people who actually may give you the shortest connections. We got triangle. There could be other people who are involved in a past connection here that stopped it from happening. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, the messages I'm getting from this deck are not very clear. So anyway, you guys, because it's nothing like how I've channeled in the previous readings, but I'm sure they resonate for somebody out there watching, but I'm on a time limit right now, so I can't really get into it. But if you guys are looking for bookings to know what the heck is going on with your connections, or whatever you have questions about, consider reaching out and booking with me. But anyways, for the rest of you, I thank you for watching. Well, all of you, I thank you for watching. I hope the messages did resonate, and yeah, till next time, adios.